Our viewers, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyler. You know what this video is about. Got some Steelers news and update. Hopefully it's the last one, and then we can get to training camp. Because training camp starts next week. We have some. That's when football kind of get back into the groove. And then that preseason game. The Texans have one on August the 1st. Steelers' first preseason game is on August the 9th. I think Texans and them playing that. I think Texans and Bears are playing the Hall of Fame game. That's why they're the first one. So you get back to the groove fully, and you start seeing all the things and stuff like the football season. Of course, as I mentioned before, I love basketball. Basketball's amazing. NBA, WNBA, Olympics. Basketball is cool and all, but something about football is just special. One of my favorite sport to watch. This is different, and so we're gonna get into more of that as it comes on like that. But today we have some little topics here. Before we get into it, though, of course, RP to Jacoby Jones. As you guys seen yesterday, Jacoby Jones, former Raven, former Texan, former Steelers, well, for a little bit. He was a pretty solid player. Remember the kick return specialist and the Pro Bowler as a kick return specialist before, and he also was an All-Pro as one as well. Won a Super Bowl as well. Remember that big 109-yard kick return he had in the Super Bowl, and then he caught a 56-yard touchdown in the Super Bowl. That's the blackout Super Bowl when the power went out for a long period of time. Jacoby Jones made some big plays. I remember like a few days before his passing, I was watching the little highlight, like some of the best plays, the clutch moments. And you guys remember the infamous, of course. Remember Peyton Manning and the Broncos playing against the Ravens. They thought they had him beat, but then remember Joe Flacco threw the little Hail Mary bomb down the field a little bit to Jacoby Jones, the safety jump. Jacoby Jones caught it for touchdown. I seen the overtime. Then the Ravens went on going on to the next round, going to the Super Bowl and stuff, and win the championship that year. So he made some big time plays in his career. Be known for his return specialist stuff. Of course, with the Steelers, he'd be known for Coach Tomlin standing on the sideline as he run past, like that, kind of stopping him from going and getting fined for that. But Jacoby Jones, it's crazy. I don't know what happened exactly, the cause of his passing, the cause of his death, but he's only 40 years old. I think his birthday was like July the 12th or something, so it was a few days ago. So RP Jacoby Jones, when I seen the name, I was scrolling through. I was like, Jacoby Jones? I was like, you're talking Jacoby Jones as in like from the Ravens? And I looked at it, I was like, it was him. So RP to him, prayers to his family. But Jacoby Jones was a pretty good player, and hopefully, his family. But they can't move on, of course, because it's a tough loss, especially at a young age like that, 40. Because 40 is still young. I always say you're old when you get to the age like where they start getting you discount for your age, like 65. They start getting you discounts and stuff. But Jacoby Jones passed young. So hopefully his family is doing good and stuff, but prayers to him. But moving on to the first topic, of course, is Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. The competition is still going on, as you guys know. People kind of suspect, like everybody suspect, even including me as well, Russell Wilson is going to be the starter. But a lot of speculations, reports are coming from the Pittsburgh, camp and stuff that it's still open competition. And most likely the Steelers are probably doing that to play some mental tactics on some of their players. They always do a lot. They want to guarantee somebody a spot. No one's entitled to anything here. You want to go out there and compete for everything you got. So most of the time you always see the Steelers that do that. They go in a way about doing it. They be like, well, the starting spot is a little open right now. We don't know who's winning the competition. Either they know who they want to start, but they might say that. But sometimes you're doing that, you might can also bring out more, and that second guy that you might think that wasn't going to be the starter might can emerge to be the starter or be the top player and have a big role in the offense or defense or special teams, wherever you guys doing that, like positioning that, battling it out for a spot. But I think it's kind of like a tactic a little bit for them to kind of compete and still go out there. Russell Wilson got something to prove. The Broncos kind of like casting them off like that. They said we'd rather keep a $38 million cap hit on our salary stuff than keep you. That'd let you know how they feel about you. Casting them off like that. Justin Fields getting traded away for a 6th-round pick. That let them know what they feel about you as well. So they have chips on their shoulders, something to prove. We're going to see what they do in these coming weeks and stuff at training camp and in preseason. We're going to see both of those quarterbacks probably a lot. So I'm just waiting to see how they go out there and perform and how they go out there and compete. We had QB competitions for the past few years. Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, Trubisky, and all that stuff. Wasn't the most exciting competition to watch, of course. But now you get some high-class athletes like this. You get Russell Wilson, who's a 10-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, been in 2 Super Bowls, second-team All-Pro as well. I think once or twice. I think once, at least once, but I don't know if it's twice or not. But he's a future Hall of Famer. Then you got guy Justin Fields, who has all the tangibles in the world, but can he put it together and kind of mold himself to being that star QB we know he can be? So that's the questions they got to answer coming into training camp and in preseason. And when the season starts, we'll see who they roll with. Moving on to the next topic, of course, Cam Sutton's suspension. They said Cam Sutton wasn't going to appeal the suspension. I don't know why he would try to appeal the suspension. You did the crime. The domestic violence is never never right ever. And then running from the police was never right either. I was surprised when the Steelers signed him. That's why I haven't been like saying, oh, we got Cam Sutton. Remember, like in the video, I was like, Cam Sutton as a player was pretty solid, pretty cool, but you know, off the field matters as well. So I was surprised when the Steelers went out there and signed Cam Sutton. Cause I feel like they should bring that type of stuff back to the locker room, with the drama and all the extra stuff that's going on. They should just left him, you know, stay out there, be a free agent or something. But the Steelers brought him back in. He's suspended for the first 8 games. Now, hopefully, if somebody do emerge, like one of the young players, like Corey Trice, come back and emerge, they can release Cam Sutton, actually release him from the team like that, and his role with the young guys, the guys who, you know, who want to do good on the field and off the field. I'm not saying Cam Sutton can't overcome what he did, but you know, what he did was kind of crazy. So I was surprised when the Steelers signed him to a contract and brought him in, but we'll see what happens with that situation. Also seen an article. I think today, you know, as you guys know, there's not a lot of news, so just looking at the articles, different articles and stuff. They had an article about Kenny Pickett. It says, even though he hadn't played for us, he didn't got traded from us, and you know, he hadn't played. You know, the season was like in January or something. I think January or December, January-ish. The last time he played. Well, actually, no, before then. I think it was October, I think, because I think he got injured during the Cardinals game. So like October, November, or something like that. The last time he played as a Steeler. Every other time he was just like kind of suited up a little bit or in a hoodie or something. But they made an article saying that Steelers was embarrassing, trying to like lift up Kenny Pickett and cater to Kenny Pickett like that. They said because they knew that he wasn't the guy, but they still try to cater to doing it. And some of us fans, you know, we did the same thing. Cause me, you know, I'm gonna support the players on the team, you know. So I was like, we'll see what happens. You know, Kenny Pickett, if he shows us a little intangibles or some stuff like that, because he showed us a clutch gene here and there occasionally, like with some nice drives here and there. Most of the time, the drives was like led by the defense. They might say game-winning drive for Kenny Pickett, but you look at watch the full game, you see the defense was the last person on the field. They got an interception or a strip sack or something like that, a forced fumble to end the game. So it really kind of like the defense won the game. But Kenny Pickett made some plays in the stretch. Won some games here and there and stuff like that. Was solid like that. But I ain't gonna let you mind to say, like, I don't see the eliteness from him. I see him like being able to take us to the Super Bowl. And some fans, you know, thought that, you know, maybe he was just the worst quarterback ever. I don't think he was the worst ever, but he definitely was the best ever either. But I felt like we was kind of tricking ourselves a little bit. Sometimes when you like draft a guy in the first round, you want to give him a chance. You're like, okay, him in the first round. We don't make this first round pick just like fall off. So we don't give him like 2 years to see like where he's at. But he haven't really amounted to anything. And then this year, after him like running away from the competition a little bit, and like the Steelers say, you know, we'll go in a different direction and see what else happened. Like Justin Fields is the complete opposite. You know, he's like saying, I want to go out there and compete. He's like, I want to go out there and play. I'm not here to come to sit on the bench. I'm here to come out there and play, come out there to win, to be a part of a winning franchise. So his mentality is completely different. So I think he's going to be a nice addition with us. Some people still speculating, is he going to be the future? Now some people say he's not the future. It's just short-term type stuff. I think he's the future. If he can just manage to get himself to just a standpoint of being just a consistent QB. So we've seen Justin Fields in spurts, like with the Bears. You see him like have some big time games. Then you see big time games. Big time games like last year. You see some big time games, but then sometimes you see some games where he just looked off. You know, like inaccurate. And some of his play calling a little bit. They was trying to make him be a pocket passer because last year they had him being like straight pocket passing. He like scrambled less and threw in a run less too, like he did the previous years. I feel like you should try to find a way to mix both of those in together. He shouldn't be throwing the ball 35, 40 times a night. He should be throwing the ball between the range of like 20, 25 times, but using his legs to go out there and make things happen. That's a part of his game. You see how the Ravens do it with Lamar Jackson. You see all the quarterbacks around the league. And Cam Newton was playing his peak. Michael Vick was playing at his peak as well. Josh Allen, the way Josh Allen plays with the Bills, you gotta go out there and find a way to balance both like that. Daniel Jones. He had the one good year, with the Giants like that. They find a way to manage both, like use his legs and they also use his arm. You gotta find a way to manage both and stuff. So they can find a way to like, okay, we're gonna implement his legs, do some RPO actions, RPR actions. We're gonna do different things, bootleg plays, so he can get ability to either run or ability to throw it to somebody. Gets like crosser routes in the middle. Just get things that make him comfortable. I feel like he can be a solid player, and then we start seeing the things you can't teach on the intangibles, like the clutch stuff, making the big time plays that come naturally like that. So as long as he just stay consistently solid like that and accurate, that's the main thing you gotta work on, is accuracy, because his accuracy be off a little bit in timing. If he can work on that and get that fully mastered down and pat it down, he'd be nice. He's gonna be nice. But moving on to the last topic of the day, which is of course the daily complaining of Mark Madden. Mark Madden was complaining about the Steelers. Of course, Deontay Johnson getting traded. They said that the Steelers did a stupid thing to trade Deontay Johnson. Now, in this sense, it's probably one of the first ones where he didn't go too crazy like that. It's like more in the sense of like, okay, it's not as bad like that. I was going through the articles. I was like, Mark Madden, that's actually on this. And then I said, you know what? I didn't know what we got to say. I thought it would be something stupid, but he actually said something that wasn't too stupid. It was just a little bit like that. You know, saying that Steelers was dumb to trade Deontay Johnson away. That they have nobody to step up for the second spot. Of course, DJ being on our team still right now with the guys we have, the new offense, it would have been cool. But I feel like the Steelers was trying to, of course, save money for the future as well. And also, look at Roman Wilson. People have kind of been underestimating Roman Wilson a lot. You know, I guess I would have been watching him at college in Michigan. He made some big time plays, over 700 plus receiving yards, or 12 touchdowns as well. And it was a run first team too as well. He put those numbers up still. So he was an amazing player. He made some big time plays down the field. He can play outside. He can play in the slot as well and stuff and do different things. So I feel like Roman Wilson gonna show them something. We're gonna see him preseason a little bit. Don't get too hyped by preseason though. Remember last year, a lot of us got hyped by preseason, and I was one of the people too. I wasn't getting hyped like to go to the Super Bowl, but I was like, okay, I should see the offense be a little more like efficient. But because the way they was playing the preseason a little bit, you know, seeing those early drives, like the first few drives, you're like, okay, it was better, like they had better timing, they had better play calling. Then the first game of the season happened, you're like, okay, we're gonna see what happens. Against the 49ers, so like, hey, I picked the 49ers to beat us. I say as a fan, I picked my team, of course, but as a non-fan, I was like, the 49ers probably gonna beat us, but at least we keep the game close. Keep it like close and up there, we might have a chance. But still got blown out, got jacked up. And then the following game against the Browns, we won, but the offense was terrible. Then against the Raiders, the offense was good. And I remember in the Texans game, when I went to the game, I was there in person, we got blown out and jacked up too. So I'm not gonna get too overhyped by what I see, but I do expect the offense to be good because we got Russell Wilson here. Russell Wilson is a 10-time Pro Bowler, one of the best quarterbacks of this generation. So I think we should, I know he's a little older now. He's, I think, 36, 37. But he still got enough juice and enough fire and power. You've seen that arm, he's been throwing the ball too as well. He still have enough to let it rip to get down the field. So hopefully the offense looks better. If not, then we're just gonna have to pray or something. But that's all I got for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe for more content. And yeah, I see you guys probably have some basketball stuff coming probably in a few days or something like that. But we'll get some things kick started. But yeah, peace out.